Larry, let's try that again. People on YouTube.
This
are like,
conditional use permit was originally issued in 2015. This is going to be an amended conditional use permit. Actually, what's going to happen when we record this is we're going to rescind the 2015 conditional use permit, and then this will be the controlling conditional use permit for that property. Basically, right now, the conditional use permit has a house, a two-story garage with living quarters, a maintenance building with 2 living quarters for on-site caretakers, and then the original one had a meeting and entertainment center with 6 bedrooms. The new amended conditional use permit will change number 4 to a 2-unit, 8-bedroom guest quarter structure. So that will replace the meeting and entertainment center, which was never built. So we're recommending approval of the revised conditional use permit subject to the following conditions. 1, that the project be constructed generally as shown on the approved site plan. 2, that the owner obtain a land disturbance permit from the city prior to issuance of a building permit. 3, that the owner obtain a Pelican River Watershed District permit prior to issuance of a building permit. And 4, that the facilities are for personal use of the property owner and his guests and cannot be rented or leased at any time. And if you read through the application packet, they made that clear that that was their intention. And they provided a lot of detailed information in the application.
All right. At this time, I go ahead and open it up for a public comment if someone wants to, if any of you would like to address the commission. If you could state your name and address just for the record.
I'm Jessie Umdahl. My address is 30349 Wrigley Circle in Vergas. I am the Director of Residential Properties for the Thoraldsons. I've been on the property since 1998, so I've seen all of the transitions that we brought before you before. I was with on the last conditional use permit for Mr. Brandt. And the Thoraldsons feel that what ACE had put together, his meeting entertainment center, didn't meet the needs of their family. So that's why we went and put together a new drawing for this private residence for them to meet their family's needs. The property was never developed for a family. It was more developed for entertainment for one person. So this family has 7 children. We have 13 grandchildren, more on the way. So the bedroom space doesn't even exist for what we need to meet the family's need. This house is in a trust, and their intention is that this gets passed down for generations. So that is why we'd like to come forward and change the permit to this new structure. For the previous conditional use permit, we upgraded our stormwater plan to have this structure. So our building site is already ready for this structure. We just never were able to achieve it because Mr. Brandt had passed away. And I'd be happy to answer any questions from the packet that we submitted to you about the project or the property itself.
Okay. We'll let you know if we have any
Thank you.
questions. Thank you. Any other public comments? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing, and I'm going to open it up to the commission for a discussion or a motion.
Do most conditional ones have, oh, fine. Do you have to have time limits on how long your conditional use permit is allowed?
They have 1 year to utilize the permit, so they would have to get a building permit for this project prior to a 1 year elapse.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion?
I would make a motion to approve the conditional use permit with the restrictions or the guidance from the staff.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit using staff recommendations. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, so where this will go from here, this will go to the Community Development Committee coming up on Monday, the 9th. Thank you. I was thinking 10th, but I know that's the city council meeting. So that'll be at 5 o'clock in that room back there. You don't have to be there. You're welcome to be there. And then the Community Development Committee will discuss, and then that'll come to a vote at the city council at 5 PM in these chambers on Tuesday, the 10th. And that's where we'll actually take the action on it, the final action. But this recommendation will carry forward to the Community Development Committee. All right, any questions? All right, thanks for being here. Yeah, absolutely. All right, without objection, I'm gonna go ahead and move go to item 4B. Consideration to the final plat of Providence Lakes at 1141 US Highway 59. Larry?
This is for the 40-unit conditional use
You have
permit.
to abstain?
Yes.
Well, then we can't take action.
You can. Once you have a quorum,
Oh,
it still stays intact even if somebody
okay, sweet.
abstains.
With that, I forgot about that. Thank you, Larry.
Yep. So this is for Common Interest Community Number 113, Providence Lakes. It's a 40-unit townhome development, and staff is recommending final plat approval subject to the following 4 conditions. 1, that the owner obtain any required Pelican River Watershed District permit prior to issuance of a building permit. 2, that the owner obtain a land disturbance permit from the city prior to the issuance of any building permit. 3, that the owner provide a common interest community declaration that is acceptable to the city prior to the city signing the final plat, and that the owner provide a utility easement acceptable to the city prior to the city signing the final plat. There's been a lot of work going on with the city attorney on that regard, and I think they've come very close to getting the declarations and the easements signed, so we're close.
I don't think that's in our packet.
No.
Your recommendations, I do not believe are in our
Yeah,
packet.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the staff report ready, but I did get a resolution ready for the council, so that's where those
Okay,
conditions came from.
okay. Discussion or a motion from,
I just wanted to clarify that, I mean, this is has this been changed from the original plat?
The original conditional use permit and plat had 48 units,
Right.
so they have pared it down to make everything fit, so.
And if I remember correctly, they were like 24 buildings with 2 units in each building, so is that
That is
changed
correct.
as well?
That has changed. It's now 20 buildings with 40 units.
20 buildings with,
40 units.
okay.
okay,
Did the MinDOT stuff get figured out then?
The access did get figured out, yes.
they ended up having to put a bypass lane in, didn't they?
Yes, correct.
There is going to be a bypass lane?
There will be a bypass lane.
So basically, everything that the city kind of wanted them to achieve has been
They're
achieved?
doing everything that we've been asking them to do.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to approve per all the things on that paper that we don't have in our packet. with their
Great,
conditions.
thank you.
Following the city's
City-
staff
city
recommendation.
staff recommendations.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the final plat for Providence Lakes at 1141 US Highway 59 with the city's, what am I word I'm looking for now? It's been a long day. With the city's conditions, thank you. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, Scott, same drill. We'll go through the CDC on the 9th and then City Council on the 10th.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for being here. All right, let's go ahead and jump to 4A, Weber Ford revised site plan.
That's not in the packet.
So Weber Ford has
is.
decided that instead of a 1-bay car wash, they're going to have 2 car wash bays.
Staff report, though.
So their site plan has changed, and if you look at the north end of it, you can see the 2 car wash bays instead of 1. And that's the only significant change on the whole site plan.
I'm sorry, Larry, I didn't hear you.
Weber Ford is changing their site plan because they're adding a second car wash bay. So they need us to approve their revised site plan. And if you look at the north end of the building, you can see that there's 2 bays of car wash there instead of just one like the original plan had.
Does it expand the footprint much?
It does not, just a very modest change.
I don't see any staff recommendations in our packet.
Staff is recommending approval of the changed site plan for Weber Ford.
With no different conditions?
No other conditions. This is just for the planning commission. This won't go to the council. The planning commission needs to approve the site plan.
Gotcha. All right, any discussion, or I'd entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the revised site plan.
Second?
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the revised site plan for Weber Ford, adding a second car wash bay. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Does anybody have anything they would like to bring up for the variance or conditional use status report? Liz isn't here, so it sounds like we don't.
I know.
And then Larry, was there anything else that you had?
I'm going to talk about planning commissioner training. If you haven't noticed, you should have an email from the League of Cities telling you about a planning commissioner training course called Your Role in Land Use Decision Making. So,
Who was
You'll
that
be-
sent by?
League of Minnesota Cities. So if you don't have that, you'll be getting that, and you need to go and log in and take the course. It's a 1-hour course, and we will be discussing it at the March Planning Commission meeting.
I don't have it.
I haven't got it yet.
It should be in your city email, either yesterday or the day before that. If you don't have it, let us know, and we'll try and get you access
Is
to
this
it.
the, it looks like it's from Seismic Learning, no reply at seismic.com.
Okay,
And then it says, you have a new account on our learning platform and have been assigned land use regulation, your role in land use decision making.
and then it gives you the link to get there.
SEISMIC.
It should have come to our personal emails.
Your city email.
I don't have one of those.
I don't access that at all.
I have one? I did
No.
not know I had one.
Okay, so you have 2 tasks before the March meeting. One is to call IT support and get access to your city email. And
I
then,
used to have an iPad, but it was so complicated because it wasn't
If I had
Yeah.
this
it
the
wasn't
whole
an
time-
iPad. It was
Oh my gosh, no.
A
I don't know what it
notebook.
I think
was.
they gave them out like last fall.
they did. I'll be upfront. I didn't really start using mine until I was on the city council, even though I had it. And then I had a real reason, but now Larry's given us a real reason.
I just went for Jen's emails.
Is that good or
I
bad?
have the
Depends
emails
on your perspective.
changed from the city email to personal email.
The city prefers that they're in the city email, so we can control what's coming in and going out of those emails.
It's probably wise that you segregate those things too.
I need to have a course on getting.
By all
my
means,
whole-
Dylan,
my-
I was looking at you.
What can they do? Can they come in?
So you could either come in and meet with Dwayne Kraus, he's our IT guy, or I can give you his phone number.
Well, I mean, I know I had it, but when I turned in the iPad or the pad,
Yep. If you wanna give
I
him a
stopped
call-
using it.
If you wanna give him a call, I'll give you his phone number, it's 218-846-7142. And that's his direct line. And he would be the one that can kind of navigate that for you or send you out whatever.
And he's a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
7142.
He'll go out of his way to make sure that you've got what you
What's his
need.
name?
Dwayne.
So Dylan, would you mind giving us a quick overview on why we might want to use our city accounts instead of personal accounts for this business?
Absolutely. So just the kind of quick and dirty is there's a thing called the Data Practice Act. If somebody makes a Data Practice Act request, they are following a litany of rules. They are able to access information that would be city related. If you keep city related material on your private email becomes accessible, which means that if you have things on your private email that maybe you don't want the world to see, guess what? It's now the world gets to see.
Ask Hillary.
Right. So basically, you want to keep your city stuff on a city email so that your city email gets when it gets accessed, they get to see that. Vice versa, you probably don't want your personal stuff on your city email because then your city email is accessible to the public and the public gets to see whatever personal stuff you have on your city email as well.
Now, I will tell you, you can get the Outlook client right on your phone, and it functions just like Gmail or any of the others, and use that for your city email, and that's all stays on the server.
Well, that's where it was, Outlook, but I mean, I never looked at it.
Yeah, I have it on here, and that's how I check my city email on the fly is using that Outlook client, and it keeps it all on the server and through the city's stuff, and that way I'm not dealing with my personal stuff.
There's also, they can, if you have it on your phone, they can try to pull your phone into a court case too, if it should go that way. If it's your personal phone, so, according to IT, so just an
Yep,
FYI.
it's always a risk.
Yep.
There's a balance to be had there.
Right.
That, what you're saying is best not to access it from your phone.
What she's saying is it's best not to access it at all.
It is best practice to keep.
That's what I've been doing.
It's best practice to keep it as separate as possible,
Right.
but obviously you're not going to be able to separate it entirely, right? You have to access your city email from something.
Right.
And you can theoretically, an individual can theoretically try to make an argument that because you accessed it from your personal phone or from your personal laptop, that the other material might be accessible, but your arguments get a lot better. Your arguments are pretty good if you keep them separate.
Which is why, that was one of the discussions that we had early on, was using that Outlook client actually does keep everything on the server. So it's a little harder to argue that, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's a little harder to argue that there was stuff being stored locally.
That makes sense.
Okay. Anything else from the staff?
Nothing else.
Anything else from the lawyer?
No.
Anything from any of the commissioners?
Sorry for being late.
No worries. I'm happy you're here. You don't need to be sorry. All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Larry, I got a question for you.